Hey guys, it's LynkPlaysGames. Welcome back to my channel. So I am out of breath. I just ran down my driveway and ran back up because it's here. My binders. This is really tiny packaging. I don't remember it being this tiny when I first got my other binders. Trying to not show on screen me opening it because I don't want you finding my address. But, oh, they literally just packed it together. So this is first what we get. A little postcard saying, we hope you love your binder. Hand wash or machine wash on delicate. Let air dry overnight. Machine dry 15 to 17 minutes to fluff or tighten. Pull your binder over your head like a tank top. Don't force it. If it's uncomfortable, pack it up so we can exchange it right away. Swimming or exercising, wear one size up. Do not put on a binder while wet. Do not sleep in your binder. Bind for no more than 8 to 10 hours a day. Take breaks. And take at least 2 days off each week. Stretch often. Listen to your body. If you experience pain, discomfort, trouble breathing, take off your binder right away and contact us. So that's really cool. They give you like this little information for people who are new to binding. Typically for me, I tend to wear my binder 10 hours a day due to work, if not more. From about 1 to like 1, that's almost 12 hours. I overbind, obviously, due to work. I don't really have the time to take it off. I suppose I could take it off on my lunch breaks, but that takes away from time for me eating. I never really have a problem. I always order one size up anyway. Ooh, these look nice. Oh, these are a lot nicer. Okay, so we'll start with the black one. It looks pretty much like the tan one, obviously in black, but the inside padding is also black. Let me turn it inside out. Which I like that. It's like my half tank, but larger. I noticed with the full tanks, the binding pad is longer than the half tanks. So typically people with a larger chest, it's better to go with the full tanks. I know it sucks, especially during the summer, but honestly, full tanks are always better. Plus, I like to tuck mine in, so there's like less ability for it to pull up and move. Now this is the gray one. This looks nice. It's that nice sleek gray. You can't really tell on camera. But the inside is just about the same as the black one. Same color as the outside until you get to the black padding. And like I said, oh, the armholes look a little bit smaller than they normally are. That's good. I usually have a lot of problem with side boob when it comes to binding. But that's going to be nice. I'm going to actually go put one on to show you guys, so I will be back. Okay, so now I have my binder on. One little note I would love to make is always when you get a new binder, they're going to be tight. They're going to be a lot tighter than if you had them a few years. This one was hard to get over my shoulders, only due to the fact of it's still new. It's got to be broken in. This is the exact same size I bought with my last binder. Let me actually double check that. Because, yeah, I bought a size large, and I'm pretty sure this is a size large. Yep, they're both larges. But, let me sort of stand up so you can get a better view. I'm gonna pull this out of my pants a minute. One thing I have the main issue with is my big old butt. Your boy got a big old booty. But, and he's tripping. Okay, so this is what a binder looks like. it doesn't completely flatten, but compared to my stomach, I'd say that's pretty flat. Now I like to make sure to pull the pieces, and that I typically pull my pants over. And the reason I do that is because it helps keep this part down, because this part will try to pull up. And no one wants to see that. And yes, it does compress your belly a little. It just better shapes a bit of everything. Makes my butt not look as big. That's good, because like, I gotta angle this better. As I was saying, it makes your butt not look as big, because hello, how are you today? I mean, well, I don't think there's anything hiding this butt. But hey, can you tell I do squats? Sorry, that was, Now, my tips and advice for anyone who is binding. Mind you, it does not make you completely flat, but it flattens a good bit. You will have side boob. Like, badly. There's no getting rid of it. There really isn't. Until you have top surgery, you're gonna have a little bit of chicken wings. But I mean, it's easily covered by a shirt. Even if you try to like push it in, it's not gonna do much because this material's loose up towards the top. Trying to think of tips I could tell you. Basically, like the card said, do not overbind. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, not what I do. Or do as I say, not as I do. Oops. Overbinding can lead to injury. It can tighten so much that it hurts your ribs. It can tighten too much that it restricts your breathing. In worst case scenarios, it can, break a rib and puncture your lung. We obviously don't want that. GC2B, me as like a person would not want to hear, someone that bought a binder has unfortunately hurt themselves with it. We have enough deaths in the trans community without it being due to binding. And that's probably the saddest thing to say. I just kind of thought about it as I said it. That leads me to a very important point for non-trans people here. If you see someone who is trans, and there's not many real indicators, but if you see someone obviously being rude to somebody and using the wrong pronouns, step up. Just step up and say, hey. It's not that hard to say ma'am. It's not that hard to say sir. It's not that hard to respect others. And that's the sad thing, especially in the world we live in today. A lot of people will sit there and go, oh, well, my faith, my religion says love everyone. But because you aren't the normal, I'm going to condemn you. And the thing is, in nearly all religions, not nearly all, but in a handful of religions, there's always that point of respect others, regardless of their walks of life, respect others. I just got the notification that my binder was here. And that's the one thing that saddens me. Like, I live in a very highly Baptist Christian community. Um, and so many people are just hateful still. And I know I've stepped in, even when it wasn't my place, even when I was, on the clock at work. I saw this woman being ugly to this trans woman. And I stepped in and I said, "Ma'am, is there a problem?" She started to speak, the ugly woman. And I said, "I was talking to her. Ma'am, is there a problem?" That's all it takes when you're an employee for somewhere and you see it happening. You don't have to follow in because they're being ugly. You can step up and be respectful about it. You can say, "I am speaking to her. I will get to you in a moment." Make sure you're using the right pronouns. Pick up on those keys. This one girl said, "I'm just trying to check out. This woman won't leave me alone, asking me questions that are none of her business." And I'm like, "All right, would you like me to move you to another register?" And this woman goes, "Oh my God, thank you. I would love to. I don't want to be near this, and I don't want to be near the register this thing touched." I turned to look at her again, and I'm like, "Ma'am, since you started paying, I cannot move your transaction. I will move her transaction to another station. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but that's the only solution I got." This woman got so mad and tried to report me. The trans girl was like, "Thank you." She was, "I'm shocked you did that." And I'm like, I know it might not be obvious, because I know I just look like a lesbian. But as a trans person myself, I would hope one day someone's gonna do that for me. You always gotta be the light you want to see in this world. If you want to see people loving and respecting each other, and for there not to be issues based off of gender and sexualities, be that light. Be the one to say, "That's not really an issue here. That shouldn't be an issue. Excuse me. Stop it." That's all you gotta do. You can't expect the world to change without you taking action to help change it. Because honestly, in this world nowadays, the number of LGBT lives, yes, the number of out people are rising. The number of outed people's deaths are decreasing due to many laws in place. There are still deaths and violence and everything against the LGBT community. But what about the ones who aren't out? How many of those kids take their lives? How many of those young adults, teenagers in college, even adults? Every year we lose so many people due to depression and fear and anxiety, and honestly, something that shouldn't have been a problem in the first place. So I'm gonna actually end this video here. I've been rambling on. If you guys would want to know more things about the LGBT community, or trans things, like what I have to go through daily with my binder and waking up in the morning, the struggles, I definitely don't mind doing videos on that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.